Thank you, Indira. A little introduction about the author. A true Renaissance man, Mario Sequeira is not only world-renowned for his expertise in wines, gins, and liqueurs, but he is also a gifted writer with a captivating new book to his name. The latest work adds another feather to his already impressive cap, which includes building businesses, promoting design thinking and creative thinking concept, etc. However, some may not be aware of his hidden passion, life coaching. He has quietly mentored a number of entrepreneurs, demonstrating his multifaceted talents and dedication to personal growth. Let's give a warm round of applause to Mario Sequeira, the world-renowned wine expert, the captivating writer, and passionate life coach. Please join me in putting your hands together for him. I request Mario Sequeira to kindly take over.
Honorable Chief Minister, sir, you cannot imagine how happy and delighted I am. You have made my dream come true, and I am most grateful for that. Thank you, sir. So welcome, Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, my big brother, Honorable Minister Alesh Sequeira, the Chief Editor of Home Publications, Shantanu Ray Chaudhary, and you, my dear friends, well-wishers, welcome to this book release on a topic that should be very dear to us. What I'm going to talk to you about is the opportunity where 60-year-olds, I think you've all heard of this, where 60-year-olds look like 40. But there is actually an 80% chance that in the next in the next 10 years, 90-year-olds will actually look like 40. You're laughing. But think of the concept that in 1900, if somebody had told anybody that you were going to live to 75, they would also laugh the same way you are. Because the average longevity in 1900 was 25 years old. So we have already grown 3 times beyond 25, and we are now on 75. So don't laugh. The topic of today's talk will be brief, but it is how can we die young as late as possible. We talk so much about life after death. We talk so much about making money, but we seldom talk about life when alive. The topic of my book is exactly this and much more. How to live beyond. I'm just going to ask you a very simple question. Give me an answer in 1 minute with your hands up. How many of you actually plan to live beyond 100? Good healthy living. Up to 100, there you are, fantastic, okay? And believe me, that's the best thing you can say. So I will show you that this thing called longevity is all over the place. Just in case you think that it isn't, or that you aren't worthy of it, let me tell you that even for youngsters, you need to be ready for a curveball. Because very often, we don't expect things. Everything is running in a smooth line, and life throws curveballs our way. The same thing that happened to me about 12 years ago. I was sitting in the Hilton, in a Janakpuri club lounge at the Hilton in Delhi. And I suddenly realized that our vice president had cheated us, and I had driven my company broke. It wasn't a good thing. I was surrounded with people who were all living in luxury. I was living in luxury in the club lounge at the Hilton with an Americano, beautiful, everything all set. And I got this wonderful, stupid news. Wonderful because in hindsight, it actually made me a different man. And I had to sit down to figure out what were the assets that I had that I could count on. to regroup and take this company out of the mess I put it into. We had children, and they were very young, and I had to take responsibility. I counted on my assets, one of them, 3 assets actually, my friends, my family, and myself. My business associates withered away within a few days of knowing them. My friends, some of them are still here today, stood by me. But there's only that much that you can do, right, when it's a friend. My family, they doubted, was I in a position to actually control things? Did I really lose it? Was I incompetent and just somebody who pretended? So I was left myself. And I was 117 kilos weight. I was a tuntun, some of you can remember me. Now, when you're 117 kilos heavy, you have to be rogered by life. I was in my late 40s. Somebody told me, you're in the youth of your old age. I said, come on, what's wrong with you? I don't have sugar, I don't have diabetes, cholesterol, nothing, and I'm in the youth of my old age. So, for those of you who think you're too young, remember, life throws curveballs. What I have in the roadmap to longevity gives you answers of how to bat to a century with curveballs coming your way. It's not easy, it's simple, but think of it. So I'm here to make I'm here standing here 27 kilos lighter than I was instantly at that time, okay? So I'm here to ask you a profound life-changing question. Are you ready to start redesigning your life starting today? Now, if you are, don't think of going to the gym so soon. Don't think of turning vegan, because it's not so simple. It's much more complex, it's much more complicated. But the good thing is that it's easy and it's simple. So, is it normal for people to get old and die?
Yes.
No. In a study at an Italian university, 40 autopsies of centenarians showed that none of them, I'm repeating, none of them had died of old age. All of them had died of a sickness. And I know some doctors here will not agree with me, but that's beside, even Dr. South may be thinking differently. But this is the fact. None of this is created by me instantly, and I've given all references in my book, because everything is researched and highly researched. Okay. So, in fact, most died of cardiovascular disease. So, if we knew that people died of preventable sicknesses that increased with age, then why did we not do anything about it? And anything which we could do? As I researched, I came across some very interesting facts of our lives. And I wonder how many of you know this. How much blood does our heart pump a day? How many of you know this? 7,500 liters. My dear brother has distributed tanks of 500 liters. 7,500 liters is this big and this broad every day. In a year, that beautiful heart of ours pumps 27 lakh liters, and in a lifetime, a lake full of blood. And then we have our eyes. They scan the world, they see the beauty in everything we look at. They see the beauty in the people we love. They help us with the Picassos to understand Picasso's paintings and Michelangelo's sculptures. And then our skin. Why do we sweat? Why don't we just burn when it gets very hot? It's 50 degrees in Delhi now. Why don't we just burn? So if our body is so perfect, why should we suffer from cholesterol, hypertension? Why should we suffer from everything that we don't need to suffer from? It's a good question for you to think of. I took the help of studies made by Nobel laureates like Elizabeth Blackburn of telomeres fame. I took the help of Nobel laureate Oshinori of autophagy fame. I took the help of studies by Elizabeth Barbie from Sapienza University. In fact, Elizabeth Barbie has brought out a concept that the human being can actually be immortal, but I'm not going to go there right now. We must be happy, though, with the progress we've already made, reaching 75. But if we go up to the Himalayas, we have people in the Hansa community that actually live to 120 and 130. And nobody dies of heart attacks. And I'm not even referring to the other places like the blue zones, like Loma Linda, and where people also live a very, very long time. What I've done in my roadmap to longevity is to put all these together. And I can promise you that if you do as I say, you will be able to enjoy at least 20 or 30 years in addition to what you normally would. Putting my suggestions into practice isn't even complicated. It is much like cleaning your house. You start with any room, and as long as you persist, the whole house gets clean. As I come to the end of my presentation, I would be delighted if you can take away at least 3 main points. 1, it's not normal to grow old. Our clock, the chronological clock, will keep ticking, but the senescence of our cells need not tick as fast as our chronological clock ticks. Remember that. When the genome project was undertaken, it was thought that we had 300,000 genes. But when we finally found out, it was found out that we had only 22,500 genes. The rest was DNA. Initially, it was thought it was junk. But a few years later, they found that they were called epigenes, or switches that turn on and off. You have more switches than you have genes. And guess what? The switches are in your hands. You can turn them on and you can turn them off. They are in your hands, and they're more than the genes that you have. So when you say that your parents suffered from diabetes and so you are suffering from diabetes, you got the switches. You can turn them off. You can turn on the monstrous genes that are within you on too. And lastly, but maybe most importantly, you just don't want to get into the final chapter of your life and say to yourself, who could I have been, or what could I have done if I had another chance? Remember, you live life but once, so make it count. But no, nothing happens automatically. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much, and I take this opportunity once again to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for having given me the time, for having given us the time, for having honored us with his presence here. Thank you, sir, and may you continue to live to do all the good things you keep doing.
Thank you very much, Mario, for sharing your insight into the creation of a roadmap to longevity. Your passion and your thoughts were truly inspiring. A little introduction about our guest of honor, Honorable Minister, Mr. Ali Sequeira. Mr. Ali Sequeira is the Cabinet Minister in Goa, and the portfolio handled by him are Law and Judiciary, Environment, Captain of Ports, and Legislative Affairs. Mr. Alish has been actively involved in politics and social work right from his college days till he finally decided to contest elections in 1994 and won the seat with a landslide victory to be a member of the Legislative Assembly for the Lotoli constituency. Being the MLA, he left no stone unturned and continued to help all those who came to him from every nook and corner of the state, which led him to be elected unopposed for the next election in 1999. This feat was earned by him, and he is the second of only 2 Goans having achieved it. Hats off to him. He has been an MLA for more than 5 terms. He is a man of great principles, and people value him a lot. His doors are always open to everyone who needs assistance any time of the day. He is also a businessman who owns hotels, distilleries, and real estate business. His list is long with all his achievements and accolades, and it would take hours to mention it. A very energetic person who can be seen working round the clock. Presenting to you all our guest of honor for the day, Mr. Alesh Sequeira. Please put your hands together for him. I request our guest of honor, Mr. Alesh Sequeira, to kindly come and take over.
Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, Editor of today's function, Mr. Chaturvedi, my brother Mario, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I would not speak, but as the occasion demands, I'm told to say a few words. So I will literally say a few words. I've heard Mario speak about his book. Having heard it, I will read the book, which normally I don't do, but I will. I wish Mario all the very best and hope he continues to delve on these type of subjects in the future too. I wish him and his family all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alesh Sequeira. Words from the heart. It was indeed good. Appreciation is a wonderful thing, as it allows us to share in the excellence of others. With hearts full of gratitude, we would like to acknowledge the kindness of our dignitaries, Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, Honorable Minister Mr. Alesh Sequeira, Editor-in-Chief Mr. Shantanu Ray Chaudhary. To express our sincere appreciation, please join me in a warm round of applause as I call Elaine Sequeira to present a bouquet and memento to our Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant. Mr. Noel Sequeira to present a bouquet and memento to Honorable Minister Mr. Alesh Sequeira. Ms. Elaine to Mr. Shantanu Ray Chaudhary, and Mr. Noel to Mr. Mario Sequeira. Thank you, Elaine and Noel. All right, everyone, the time has come. We have been building up to this moment, and now it is here. The official release of a roadmap to longevity by our fantastic dignitaries, Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, Honorable Minister Mr. Alesh Sequeira, Editor-in-Chief Mr. Shantanu Ray Chaudhary, and the author Mario Sequeira. Let's give them a big round of applause to make this room vibrant with excitement as they unveil and release a roadmap to longevity. Please continue clapping. Requesting our dignitaries to kindly join back on the dais. May I now invite our esteemed chief guest. Just a minute, the book will be open and photos will be taken back again. May I now invite our esteemed Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Pramod Sawant, to kindly share a few words.
Good morning, friends. मारियो सिक्वेराचो रोड मॅप टू लॉन्जिटिविटी ह्या बुकाचें उक्तावण आज आमी खूब बऱ्या दिसा करता. हांव दोन गजाली विचारतलो. एक म्हणजे आमी जशें म्हटलें की लॉंग लायफ 100 years कोणाक जाय तितक्यांनी हात वयर करा. कोणाक जाय तितक्यांनी हात वयर करा. ओके, तशें जाल्यार आज योगा कितल्या जाणांनी केलो ते हात वयर करा. हार्डली उरलेल्यांनी योगा जेंच्यांनी आज करूंक ना पळय न्ही, स्टार्ट प्रॅक्टिसींग योगा फ्रॉम टुडे. दोन गजाली आमकां पयलीं करच्यो पडटल्यो. एक म्हणजे आमकां मारियो सिक्वेराचे बूक आजूच विकत घेवचे पडटले, ते वाचचे पडटले, एंड देन वी वॉन्ट टू प्रॅक्टीस इट. नॉट बाबा एलेक्स तूं घेतला आनी बेश्टें वाचतलो म्हणटा तितल्यान जावचें ना. आय विल रीड म्हणटा तो फक्त. यू वॉन्ट टू प्रॅक्टीस दीस बुक, अदरवायज इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. जस्ट टू रीड कोणी वाचतलो आनी पिसडतलो ते कित्याक ताची गरज ना. बरोबर मारियो? यू वॉन्ट टू प्रॅक्टीस इट, देन ओन्ली इट इज पॉसिबल, अदरवायज नॉट. ताज्या खातीर म्हाजी सगळ्या जाणां म्हणजे आय एम व्हेरी कॉंग्रॅच्युलेटिंग फॉर द मारियो सिक्वेरा फॉर दी स्पेशली बूक. एंड ताणें स्टोरी सांगली ताज्या बद्दल की जेंका आमकां लॉंग लायफ जगपाचें आसा पळय न्ही, आनी इट इज पॉसिबल. तितक्या जाणांनी खरें म्हणजे बूक वाचची पडटलें, प्रॅक्टीस करचें पडटलें. आनी नेक्स्ट आज म्हणजे दीस इज योगायोग. खरें म्हटल्यार आज 21st of June इंटरनॅशनल योगा डे. ऑन द सेम डे वी आर इनॉग्रेटिंग हीज बूक. सो वन्स अगेन इट इज एन को इन्सिडन्स. खरें म्हणजे त्यांनी डेट खंयचीय दी म्हटलेली आनी हांवें तुका दिसता 21st दिली. इट इज 21st of June. ओके, आनी ह्या दिसा आयज आमी ह्या बुकाचें इनॉग्रेशन करता. आनी त्या खातीरच हांव म्हणजे बरोबर बाबा एलेक्स सिक्वेरा आसा, ऑथर मिस्टर रे चौधरी सॉरी आमच्या बरोबर आसात. बाकीचे सगळे एमिनंट गोंयकार हांगासर हजर आसात. हांव परत एकदां गोंयकारांच्या वतीन ताका खूब खूब ताचें अभिनंदन करता. आनी एक 2-3 गजाली सांगता. हांव 18 जुना दिसा लिबिया लोबो सरदेसाय फ्रिडम फायटर्स तिका मेळ्ळो. आमच्या पणजेंत मेन चर्च स्क्वेरा कडेन ती रावता. शी इज 100 year क्रॉस. तिणी 100वा बर्थडे आपलो रिसेंटली मनयलो. ताका बरी पब्लिसिटी बाय टायम्स ऑफ इंडिया आनी बाकी सगळ्यांनी दिल्ले. म्हणून हांवूय केन्ना लिबिया लोबो सरदेसाक मेळूंक नाशिल्लो. बींग अ चीफ मिनिस्टर इट इज माय ड्युटी. खरें म्हटल्यार म्हाज्याय लक्षांत नाशिल्लें. जे दिसा टायम्स ऑफ इंडिया सगळें हाडल्या उपरांत हांवें ठरयलें की तिका शी इज अ फ्रिडम फायटर्स कॅसल लॉक हांगासर रावन म्हणजे जवळपास 6 years रेडिओ गोंयकारा खातीर चलोवपी. तिचे मिस्टर सरदेसाय हांकां पद्मश्री अवॉर्ड फावो जाल्लो, बाकी सगळे. हांव मुद्दामून मेळोंक गेलो. शी इज व्हेरी मच हेल्दी आनी तिणी शी हॅज गिवन व्हेरी मच सजेशन्स. म्हणजे सिटीचेर दिली, स्टेटीचेर दिली आनी हेल्थाचेरूय दिली. म्हणजे 100 वर्सांचेर जर एकटी इतकी हेल्दी आसूं शकता आसत जाल्यार आमी कित्याक बाकीचे आसूं शकना. म्हाका दिसता विचार करपा सारकी वेळ आसा की ताणें जें म्हटलें की आमकां लॉंग लायफ आनी वीच इज अगेन द हेल्दी लायफ. लॉंग लायफ जगलेंच म्हणून जावचें ना. लॉंग लायफ खूब जाण जगूं शकतले, बट जर ते हेल्दी नासत जाल्यार ताचो कांयच उपयोग ना. मागीर ते नासलेले बरें. इट इज एन पेनफूल जर लायफ आसत जाल्यार ते नासलेले बरें, जाका आमी म्हणटा पळय. त्या खातीर एट द एज ऑफ म्हणजे 80s ऑल्सो यू लूक लायक 40. देन इट इज एन जाल्यारूच ते लायफ आमी एन्जॉय करपाक शकतले. आनी ताज्या खातीर कितें करपाक जाय, इफ वी स्टार्ट प्रॅक्टिसींग म्हणजे एट द एज ऑफ 60 ऑल्सो इफ वी स्टार्ट प्रॅक्टिसींग आनी वेन यू बिकम द 80 यू लूक लायक अ 60 जाल्यारूच तें पॉसिबल आसा. ताका लागून इट इज आमी म्हणटा पळय न्ही, इट इज प्रॅक्टिसींग. इट इज नॉट जस्ट तें जातलें किंवा तें करूं येता अशें जावंक शकना. इट इज एन डिपेंड्स अपॉन वॉट यू ईट आनी वॉट यू डू. ह्या 2 गजालीचेर आमी सातत्यात बरें खातले, बरें मारतले आनी म्हणटले मागीर पळोवया अशें जावचें ना. तशें जाल्यार दोनूय गोश्टीचेर कंट्रोल जाय पडटलो, खावपाचेर आनी मारपाचेरूय बी. आनी त्याच बरोबर आमी डे टू डे ज्या पद्दतीन प्रॅक्टीस करतले ताजेर इट इज पॉसिबल आसा. एंड अगेन इट इज अ फिजिकल एंड मेंटल फिटनेस. बरेचशे फावटी आमी फिजिकल फिटनेसाचेर आमी स्ट्रेस दिता. फिजिकल फिटनेस मेंटेन करपा खातीर खुबश्यो गजाली करता, बट इज इट वी आर डुईंग समथींग फॉर द मेंटल फिटनेस काय कितें? मेंटल फिटनेसूय तितकीच खूब इम्पॉर्टंट आसा. इफ द मेंटल फिटनेस जर उरली ना जाल्यार तुजो हायपरटेन्शन कंट्रोल जावपाक शकचें ना, तुजी डायबिटीकूय कंट्रोल जावपाक शकची ना. इन्स्टेड ऑफ यू आर डायबिटीक कंट्रोल करपाक यू आर टोटली कंट्रोलिंग युअर डायट, बट यू कांट कंट्रोल युअर शुगर. आमी म्हणटा डायट आपलो फुल्ली कंट्रोल आसा म्हणटा तो, बट आपली शुगरूच कंट्रोल जायना. इट इज अ स्ट्रेस इंड्यूस डायबिटीज. आतां बऱ्याचशा जाणांक स्ट्रेस इंड्यूस डायबिटीज चड जावपाक लागलेले आसा. स्ट्रेस इंड्यूस हायपरटेन्शन चड जावपाक लागलेलें आसा. म्हणजे एट द एज ऑफ 30 to 40 ह्या एज ग्रुपात जर आमी म्हणटा की हार्ट अटॅक येवपाक लागले किंवा 30 to 40 ह्या तर एजीत आमकां डायबिटीज जावपाक लागली जाल्यार आमी फुडें कितें करपाचें? कारण तेणी एक गजाल मुद्दामून आनी बरी जी सांगली पळय न्ही, तेजेर हांव आजून एक स्ट्रेस करता. आमकां खबर आसा की आपल्याक डायबिटीज जातलीच म्हणून, आनी तरी सुद्दां आमी तेजेर कांयच म्हणजे आमी स्टॉप करपा खातीर कांयच करिना, आमी कंट्रोल करपा खातीर कांयच करिना. इफ माय पेरेंट्स इज डायबिटीक 100% आफ्टर क्रॉसिंग द 40 आय बिकम द डायबिटीज, हे आपल्याक खबर आसा. बट ते जर कंट्रोल करपाक केले जाल्यार इट इज इन माय हँड. प्रत्येकाच्या हातात आसा की बाबा ना, म्हाजे पेरेंट्स जरी डायबिटीक असले, जिनेटिकली म्हाका डायबिटीक येवपाचीच आसा, बट ती आपूण इन लॉंग रन इट वील कम आफ्टर माय 60, आफ्टर माय 70s. तो कंट्रोल जो आसा पळय न्ही, हो कंट्रोल आपूण घेवचो पडटलो जाल्यार इट इज पॉसिबल आसा. अगेन डायबिटीक जाल्या उपरांत प्रत्येकाक डॉक्टर एक्सप्लेन करता, तुजी शुगर जर वाडली, तुजी किडनी फेलियर जातली, तुका डायबिटीक रेटायनोपॅथी जातली. यू कंट्रोल युअर शुगर फ्रॉम द डे वन. डॉक्टर सांगता यू टेक युअर टॅबलेट्स, यू कंट्रोल युअर डायट. बट हाऊ मेनी पेशंट्स किंवा हाऊ मेनी पीपल आर डुईंग दीस? नो वन. आमी पळयता की डेली एक तरी पेशंट जो आसा पळय न्ही, इट्स शिफ्टींग फॉर द डायलिसीस. एकटो तरी डायबिटीक जाल्लो मनीस एक दिसांतल्यान एकटो हो एकदा डायबिटीकाचेर एक किंवा दोन हे जायत आसा. ज्या पद्दतीची डायलिसीस सेंटर्स गोंयांत वाडपाक लागला, म्हणजे हांव म्हणटा भंय दिसपाक लागला. हांव भिवपाचें ना म्हणटालो, बट भंय दिसपाक लागला. इज व्हेरी मच वरी फॉर गोंयकारां खातीर. कारण आज पुराय 12 तालुक्यांनी वी हॅविंग द डायलिसीस सेंटर एंड वीच इज फूल. म्हणटा नंबर लागना. तो बींग अ चीफ मिनिस्टर, बींग अ मिनिस्टर सगळे जाण येता, म्हाजो मातसो नंबर लाय म्हणटा तो त्या हेतून. अरे नंबर लावच्या पयलीं कळना जाल्यार तुका डायलिसिसाचेर वयतलो म्हणून आपल्याक डायलिसिसा खातीर म्हणजे बिचोलेच्या सेंटरान नंबर लावन दी, वाळपयच्या दी, म्हापशेच्या दी. ही परिस्थिती आयिल्ली आसा आज. इतके डायलिसीस सेंटर जस्ट सी म्हणजे 20 वर्सां पयलीं कितली डायलिसीस सेंटर आशिल्ली गोंयांत? हार्डली वन. गोवा मेडिकल कॉलेजीन एक डायलिसीस सेंटर चलतालें 20 ते 25 वर्सां पयलीं. ताज्या उपरांत आमी 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलाचेर 2 सुरवात केली. आतां म्हाका दिसता प्रत्येक जाण म्हणजे 12 आमच्या तालुका प्लेसीस वी हॅव बिसायड्स दॅट इन द प्रायवेट सेक्टर्स देर ऑल्सो. हे त्या खातीर जे ऑलमोस्ट तशें पळयत वचत जाल्यार ग्लोबली जर पळयत जाल्यार इंडिया इज द कॅपिटल ऑफ डायबिटीज. ऑल पीपल आर डंपिंग द डायबिटीक मेडिसीन टू द इंडिया. हायेस्ट पेशंट जर खंय आसत जाल्यार ते इंडियेंत आसा. आमी म्हाका दिसता ताका लागूनच म्हणजे हांव तें म्हणना की आतां डायबिटीक रेटिनोपॅथी वाडपाक लागलेलें आसा. हायपरटेन्शन परत आसा, जो स्ट्रोक खूब मोठ्या प्रमाणात वाडपाक लागलेले आसा. पॅरालायसीस वन सायडेड जावपाक लागलेले आसा. दिस मेनी थिंग म्हणजे आमी जेका म्हणटा की विच इज अ नॉन कम्युनिकेबल डिजिजीस. दीस डिजिजीस जे आसा पळय न्ही, हे डिजिजीस जे आमी रुटीन आमचे डायट आनी एक्सरसायज फॉलो न केल्ल्या कारणान हे ताणें जे सांगलें की 200 वर्सां सुद्दां जगूं शकता. इट इज पॉसिबल. आमचे गोवन जनरेशन जर काडून पळयत जाल्यार लोक 100 वर्सां 110 वर्सांय बी 110 वर्सां पर्यंत हेल्दी लायफ गोंयांतूय बी जगलेले आसा. कितलेशेच लोक आसा आमचे. आनी ओल्डर पीपल दोज यूज टू वर्क आजूय बी खूब हेल्दी लोकांक आमकां पळोवपाक मेळटा. म्हणजे इंटिरियर ऑफ द सत्तरी, इंटिरियर ऑफ द सांगे, केपें, काणकोण आज जर आमी वचत जाल्यार तितके हेल्दी लोक आयजूय आसत आयच्या घडीक सुद्दां. बिकॉज ते आमी जेका म्हणटा म्हणजे कितें खाता तेजेर डिपेंड आसा ताका लागून आमी आज सगळे हायब्रीड खावपा लागलेले आसा ते खूब मोठ्या प्रमाणात वेगवेगळे हांव तितून इन डिटेलान वचना बट एटलिस्ट आमची काळजी फक्त आमीच घेवंक शकता म्हणजे दुसरो घेवंक शकना एक दीस श्रीनिवास बाबा बसला तेणे म्हाका सांगलें की फॉर द बिजनेस आय कॅन अपॉइंट सो मेनी पीपल दे कॅन वर्क फॉर मी म्हणपालो बट नो वन कॅन डू द एक्सरसाइज फॉर मी दॅट आय वॉन्ट टू डू ओनली आपलो एक्सरसाइज म्हाकाच करपाक जाय म्हणपालो आपलो बिजनेस करपाक जाय कितें आपलो काम करप खूब जाणांक अपॉइंट इट इज ट्रू खूब जाणांक अपॉइंट करूं शकता दे वर्क फॉर मी दे अर्न द मनी बट ते एक्सरसाइज करून हांव अर्न करतलो लायफ ना इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल दॅट्स वाय ते मात म्हाकाच करचें पडटा म्हणटा दॅट्स वाय आय एम नॉट म्हणटा एक वर दिसाक रेग्युलरली स्पेंडींग ऑन इज हेल्थ दॅट इज गूड आनी दॅट मीन्स द सेम थिंग म्हणजे हेल्थ इज वेल्थ तशें पळोवंक वचत जाल्यार आनी ताच्या खातीर बरेचशे फावटी आमी वेल्थ मेळोवपा खातीर हेल्थ आमी कामाक लायता म्हाका दिसता हेल्थ फर्स्ट एंड देन वेल्थ हाजो जर विचार केलो जाल्यारूच आमी हेल्दी उरपाक शकतले त्या खातीर आयच्या मारियो बाब सिक्वेरा रोड मॅप टू लॉन्जिटिविटी हे बूक इनॉग्रेट करता आसतना म्हाकाय खूब खोस भोगता ही डीड द रिसर्च वगीच बरोवंक ना तेणी वेगवेगळे रिसर्च करून रेफरन्सीस घेवन ताणें तें बूक बरयलां आनी ताचो खूब उपयोग आमकां सगळ्यांक जावपाक शकता म्हज्या समोर बशिल्ले सगळे इन द एज ग्रूप ऑफ तशें पळोवंक वचत जाल्यार 40 to 60 हेज्या मदीं सगळे जाण आसात त्या ती फुडली आनीक 20 वर्सां कमी करपाक आमकां बूक उपयोगी ठरतलो सो आय विल गो थ्रू एंड आय विल प्रॅक्टीस डेफिनेटली हांव 80 जाल्या उपरांत सुद्दां 40 दिसपाचो प्रयत्न करतलो विथ युअर बूक वन्स अगेन हॅपी इंटरनॅशनल योगा डे आयच्या दिसाच्योय सगळ्या जाणांक खूब खूब शुभेच्छा दिता योगा जर आमी जगाचेर पावोवपाक शकता आनी भारत देश जर जगाक कितें दिवपाक शकता आसत जाल्यार आज म्हणजे आयुर्वेद योगा सिद्ध आनी युनानी जे आमी देशाक दिले पुराय जगाक दिले आनी जगा वयल्यान लोक प्रॅक्टीस करपाकूय हांगासर येता आनी हांगातले लोक आज योगा शिकोवपा खातीर थंयसर वता म्हणजे आज पर्सनल योगा ट्रेनर हो एक न्यू कन्सेप्ट आयला म्हणजे पयलीं तो फिटनेस ट्रेनर म्हणटा आतां पर्सनल योगा ट्रेनर प्रत्येक जण आपल्याक योगा ट्रेनर दवरून घेवपा लागलेलो आसा त्या खातीर दीस इज गूड बिकॉज ऑफ दीस हेल्थ कॉन्शियसपणा पण हे सगळें करता आसतना आयच्या बऱ्या दिसा मारियो बाब सिक्वेराचें हे बूक हांगासर म्हज्या हस्ते इनॉग्रेट केलें त्या खातीर हांव ताकाय कॉंग्रेच्युलेट करता आनी अशाच पद्दतीचे न्यू रायटिंग्स तेजे कडल्यान येवचे गोंयकारांक म्हाका दिसता खूब योग्य ठरतले हांव परत एकदां आयच्या दिसाच्यो शुभेच्छा दिता आनी म्हाजी 2 उतरां सोंपयता देव बरें करूं
We have been honored to hear the insightful words of our chief guest, Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Pramod Sawant. Thank you very much, sir, for the lovely, inspiring words. I think I've already started following. I've taken voluntary retirement and I've started with exercise to live longer. Hopefully I can live longer. Shantanu Ray Chowdhury is an editor, critic, columnist. In 2017, he was Editor of the Year by the Apex publishing body, Publishing Next. He is a film and music buff and has written to Anupama Chopra's online film magazine. He has been a consultant writer and editor for the film website cinemazi.com and writes regularly on books, films and music for a number of platforms including The Telegraph and has over 300 bylines. He is also a published author with 3 books to his credit: Whims, a book of poems published by Writers Workshop, Icons from Bollywood, published by Penguin Puffins, and the recently published The Swinging 70s. At present, he is editor-in-chief at Om Book International. Let's hear it for Mr. Shantanu Ray Chowdhury. He will give us a review on this book.
Good morning, and absolutely privileged, Dr. Sawant, Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, to have you with us today. Honorable Minister, Mr. Sikwera, Mario, thank you. We couldn't have expected anything better for this. You know, I've been told to say a few things about the book. I'll keep myself very brief. The first time the book landed on my desk and it said, "The Port King of Goa, with interests in wines and gin, and a book on longevity." I said, my day is done, I want to publish this book. You know? So then I read about, okay, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds actually looking like 40 years old. Here I was at 50 looking like 70. I needed the book. You know? So thank you, Mario, for doing this. Incredibly researched book, and a book that's for our times, particularly following the pandemic. I know a lot of us have been going through a lot of stress, physically, mentally, emotionally, and this book addresses all these issues holistically. It's not as if he's just putting medicinal issues out there, he's putting it all together in a book that's easy to read, fun to read, like he spoke. You know, his 10-minute speech was so enchanting, and that's how the book is. You know, we talk of ourselves being a very young nation, but he also addresses that by 2100 we'll have 25 million centenarians,
Yes.
which means we are moving towards a hugely old population where we need to ensure that that's a healthy population. And this book addresses very pertinent issues around it. I hope all of us actually get down to reading the book, and as Dr. Sawant said, not just reading, putting the book's mantras into practice. And I'm sure we'll be, you know, I look forward, the person who edited the book with me has had a momentous change in her personal lifestyle through the book. You know, Mario Josna kept mentioning that. You know, there are certain things she stopped doing because, you know, and not many books do that to us. Imagine working on a book and editing a book and molding yourself according to its practices, you know, free of cost. I didn't even have to pay 395 rupees for the book, you know. So that's how wonderful the book is. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Mario, for this. Thank you, Dr. Sawant. Thank you, Dr. Sequeira. Just one request, you know, I say this at all my book festivals, book launches. You know, we kind of close the doors until we see everybody having a paid receipt for the purchase of the book. Nobody gets out of the hall without a copy of the book. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir. Almost every successful person begins with two beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and I have the power to make it so. This is absolutely true. I don't think any of us would deny the above two beliefs. I believe the future can be better than the present, and I have the power to make it so. The two catchwords, the future and the power, it lies within us all. We all have the power to make it. See, today's author, Mario Sequeira, he paints a vivid picture of a future where we can live a longer, healthier, and happier life. Just imagine, if you could have wealth to enjoy this longer, healthier, and happier life, wouldn't it be wonder-filled one? And he challenges us to consider the possibilities that lie ahead and how we can shape a better tomorrow. The author reminds us that we have all the power to make a positive impact on your life. We have been captivated by the author Mario Sequeira's journey and the story behind A Road Map to Longevity. And now the moment many of you have been waiting for. A Road Map to Longevity is officially available for purchase. For those interested, there will be a book sale table located right outside, and even better, you can get a signature from Mario on your copy. I call upon Mario to propose the word of thanks.
I once again repeat my gratitude to the Honorable Chief Minister, who's actually made my dream come true. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. I know Dr. Sawant has been very busy today, and he is now flying out of station as well. We're most grateful for you taking the time out for us and to come here to spend with us. I thank my brother, Honorable Minister Adesh, who's always stood with me and with our family. He's what do I call him?
Daddy.
He's the guru, the daddy of all of us. Thank you, Shantanu, for coming all the way from Delhi. And to you, my dear friends, thank you very much. May God bless us all with a long, happy, and most importantly, healthy life. Thank you.